ties to Italian organized crime. Let's bring in CTV's Quebec Bureau Chief Geneviève Beauchemin for the details. Geneviève, thanks for joining us.
Nice to see you. It's an important day on the land here for Montreal Police, they say.
And what can you tell us about the arrests? Who are they? Do we have any details on them?
We do have some details because they did appear in court. And what's interesting here, of course, is that, there's a storied history with the mafia, with the Italian organized crime in this province. And there used to be household names we talked about in the past. These are not household names. These are not people who police said people would not normally recognize, although they are known locally. One of them is a restaurant owner. His restaurants are quite popular. They were not part of the investigation. They were not raided, but he's well known in the area. There's other people who are linked. Again, today we say 7 people. 6 of them are men. One of them is a woman, and they appeared in court. And what police are saying is interesting is that this is a very long investigation. This was over the course of more than a year. There was a raid that was conducted last year that yielded a large amount of cocaine, a large amount of methamphetamines, also a large amount of money. And what police are saying is that they had to work since that raid to lead to these arrests. This is the last phase in this investigation, they're saying. 5 of those people who were arrested have been charged with gangsterism, and police were saying today that that's very unusual. Usually they're able to charge 3 people in these types of organized crime or charges with gangsterism. This time they're able to charge 5, and they say that is a big step. And they say that, this is these were not low ranking. These were a big fish, as they said, in the organization. So they say this is a very significant series of arrests.
And are they expecting any more arrests? You mentioned the investigation was at the end, essentially, with these arrests, but could there be more in the future?
Yeah.
And what kind of an impact does this have on organized crime?
Well, this is the final phase, I was saying, of this particular project of operation, which they called Operation Americano, and they say that there are no further arrests at this particular time. There were 3 other arrests that were made earlier in the early phases of this investigation, so that would conclude this part. They're saying that there's still, though, lots to be proven in court. They still have a lot of work to do in this domain, and they say that while the police officer was asked today, the commander of the anti-gang squad was asked about the impact that this raid would have, and he said, well, I can't sit here and tell you that this will lead to the end of cocaine trafficking. This particular ring, he said, was specializing in the large-scale distribution of cocaine, and he says, well, this won't end the cocaine distribution in Montreal. There will be other people who will fill the void, but he does say that this delivered a blow to this organization, and he says that there will be more investigations to come in the future, of course.
Okay, Geneviève, thank you very much for that.